This week's Well on Water TV comes from the Volvo Ocean Race in Newport, Rhode Island, as the fleet leaves on leg 9 across the Atlantic.
10 seconds to go to the start. I think they're going to be okay. Thonpson just slowing down a little bit. All 6 boats on windward. It is Sun Hun Kai Scallywag. Well, here we go for the start of the Gurney's Import Race. A perfect union of maritime history, Volvo Ocean Race, sailing royalty. Fantastic start there. Vestas 11th Hour Racing pulling out there. Masthead 0, Matt Frey and Team Brunel right in shot. And look at Dongfeng Race Team. They looked like they had the perfect line in for the start. They just got stuck in dirty air on Vestas 11th Hour Racing. At the first mark for the Gurney's Import Race, Team Brunel, a beautiful tactical reach up to the top. They are leading. Vestas 11th Hour Racing, local team, in 2nd place. Hot on their heels, Sun Hun Kai Scallywag in 3rd. Look at Dongfeng Race Team, they are in terrible wind.
Team Brunel showing them a clean set of hills here on what's unfortunately turned into a bit of a reach-a-thon around the track. I don't think there'll be many passing opportunities, but let's not rule out what this breeze could do. It's extremely gusty at this northern end of the course.
Team Brunel around the leeward mark in the lead. Vestas 11th Hour Racing round in 2nd. Hot on their heels, Team Sun Hun Kai Scallywag.
Matt Frey doing what they do best, just coming through this fleet to have a very handy 2nd position.
Vestas 11th Hour Racing in 3rd.
So amazed at all the people that are out here watching this.
Here they come towards the Gurney's Resort finish line. Brilliant racing from Team Brunel from start to finish. They take the Gurney's Import Race. Great sailing from Matt Frey for a 2nd place finish. Vestas 11th Hour Racing coming in towards for a podium spot. This will keep everybody happy. Local fans abound. Vestas 11th Hour Racing take 3rd. Nice sailing.
With Brian Thonpson turned the tide on plastic. We saw him in Melbourne. He then, why did you go after Melbourne, Brian?
After Melbourne, it was the long leg up to Hong Kong, and then short leg into China to Guangzhou and back, and then another long leg from Hong Kong to Auckland, and then a few weeks stop over there, and then the big Southern Ocean leg around Cape Horn up to Itajaí. And I had a scheduled break on the last leg from Itajaí to Newport.
So you went home, did you?
Yeah, I went home for 3 weeks, had a great time with the kids, and now I'm all ready for this next leg.
Well, it's only, what, a 7-day, 10-day leg?
Yeah, but I think it's going to be 8, 9.
9 days.
Let's say 9 days.
Okay,
9-day
so,
leg.
Are you going right to the end?
Yeah, I actually, the very last leg, I don't think I'm doing that, but I'm doing the next 2. So therefore, to Cardiff, and then a really nice one around the UK, back down the North Sea to Gothenburg. I'm looking forward to that one too.
Oh,
nice
good.
scenery.
Well, it's home waters, isn't it?
Yeah, I've done the round Britain race about 5 times.
I'd say so. You're a...
I love it up in the north of Scotland there.
So what else is happening after this one? After the Volvo?
Hopefully going to do some more sailing on trimarans.
Lovely.
Will be very good. So hopefully be over your way a little bit.
That'll be fantastic.
Yeah,
we'll get you down there. It's good sailing, of course, is what you know.
Yeah. No,
You're
really
not
good.
Interested in coming and doing the Hobart race or something like that?
I'd love to do it. I've done it once.
Once, yeah.
And I'd love to do it again. It's a great, well, as you call it, the great race. So I'd like to do that one for sure again.
Oh, good.
Yeah. I'd like to do at least one of every race. So there's still a couple of things left to do.
So after leaving Castle Hill, we basically haven't seen anybody since. And then the latest news is that there's a split earlier on this morning. We've jibed heading more northeast, and the rest of the guys are still going southeast. So yeah, we'll see what unfolds in the next kind of day or so. We expect they'll come north at some point. It's just a question of when.
Thonpson are looking good just because they're so much lower. In relation to the finish, we're better now with drive going this way than we are with the guys at the lifted that we were with before. But they're going faster and more pressure.
I think it might work. Happy to take a split and take a gamble. Could pay off.
Well, it's 2 hours to the start of the next leg. Going back, heading home is Bekking from Team Burnell. Bouwe, I've only got one question for you. I've got a little bit of footage of the on board your boat at the arrival in Newport, just when Maffrey's going across the line, and you took your hat there and you did the great hat throw. What were you actually thinking at the time?
I think the F-U-C-K word.
I could read your lips.
No, so yeah, it's maybe just a quick emotional thing, and but then you know what yard racing is. You're bloody close to winning the leg, and then you're just getting pipped at the finish line. That's a bit sour, but you just know the guys who win, they're the winners. So it's.
What was it? Was it wrong tack or what?
No, they just got me tacked right on top of them, and they got a little puff and rolled right over the top of us. So just bad luck.
Oh, it can happen, can't it, mate?
It can happen to everyone.
I was watching it and I was practically in tears. Thought after all that for one puff. So what are you expecting on the transatlantic?
Oh, it looks pretty tricky. The weather looks very changeable. So it looks like even like now the last third of the race is going to be upwind. So not maybe the classical transatlantic race. There will be a lot of booby traps out there.
So you're looking forward to going home?
Well, we're still not home. We're still we're only in Cardiff, but yeah, of course, once you're back in Europe, then it's nearly over.
It is, isn't it? Well, it's in the right direction, isn't it?
Sorry?
It's in the right direction.
It's in the right direction.
We hit something last night. We broke the tiller arm. The rudder's got quite a bit of damage to it. Just going to try and sand back the leading edge a little bit where there's a lot of damage. Try and clear it out a bit. We're going to figure it out as we go.
Well, you've got buck naked, mate.
No, mate. It's too cold.
Come on, that's up, bastard.
Good chance to test out the waterproofness in my survival.
Let's
Last night we hit something when we broke the tiller arm, so we fixed that, and then in the daylight today we actually saw what the damage was to the rudder, and there was a massive chunk out of the leading edge, and then there was also a big scratch down the side of the rudder. So I just went over now because we're going upwind with quite a lot of heel, just to have a look to make sure structurally it's okay, and also just to try and fare in the damage that was done with some sandpaper. Pitted. Yeah, well, last night the guys thought they saw a fin the size of the mast, and so we kind of think it was the megalodon that maybe took a chunk out of it. Certainly nothing that humans have seen on this earth would kind of cause that sort of damage.
Yeah, first transatlantic, so it looks like it's going to be a tricky leg. Like the weather's going to be kind of changing quite quickly, and so we'll be basing our strategy off every forecast.
Sure, yeah, no, it should be. It'll be big in the middle and should be light at the end, I believe.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting. So I think it probably won't be over till it's over, and
As we saw in this last leg on the way up here, you've got to keep pushing all the way to the finish, and so that's kind of the plan. Just you're never out of it until you cross the finish line.
So for you, after the America's Cup and all that sort of stuff, right? You're now on the big ocean racing number. How's it going?
Yeah, it's good. It's a bit of an adjustment. It's quite different to the America's Cup. Yeah, it's quite different, but yeah, enjoying the different challenge and learning a lot. So yeah, loving the opportunity and the challenge.
Do you think you'll do this again?
Yeah, I think so. You never say never to anything, and I think it's a great race, and also the next race looks pretty exciting with the new boats and also a bit of development in there, and that's a big attraction for me. And I think the next one looks like it's got a lot of potential to be great.
With Juan Bouwe once more. We saw him in Auckland. Had a pretty eventful time from there to here. It had a magnificent leg into Newport one. That was great navigating.
Yeah, it worked well, especially the end for us. Obviously, we had our problems in the middle of our leg, but it was good that the weather conditions were the right ones for us to be able to come back at the end and being able to overtake the whole rest of the fleet and the leaders. That was great, and we were very happy with that.
Well, it was the ultimate park-up, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was the ultimate park-up. Obviously, the leaders won't be very happy about this park-up, but
no, I've just spoken to Bouwe about it.
Coming from Ham, you're happy that these conditions happen. So.
When I play this, I'll play Bouwe's reaction to it too. I'm sure you know what it is.
Yeah.
It was more than a hat throw.
Yeah.
Excellent. So what have you got planned for the Transat?
Well, it looks like it's going to be some breeze at the start from southwesterly, and the tricky bit is basically want to cross the front and head north. So we're going to be riding this front for a bit, and at some stage we're going to decide that that's enough, and we want to get north and towards the ice gate. So that's going to be the first kind of difficult decision. And then it looks like we're going to ride a good low pressure all the way through. So after some transition after the front, it could be pretty quick till almost the end. But also it looks like just west of Ireland is a high pressure sitting there. So we're going to get light again. So lots of different conditions.
It certainly is.
Good, yeah.
So when you go from there, you're up to back into Europe and home for you, basically, isn't it?
We're from a bit further south, but we've been racing in England and Ireland and around this area, Wales, and quite a few times.
Yeah.
So it's some more known areas than for instance China was.
What's the prediction of the length of the race across to Wales?
Yeah, at the moment we've got over 8 days, so it could be even 9 days, depending. It all depends on how light it will get at the end.
Well, have a great race.
Thank you.
We're at the dock. We're just ready to go. The boat's ready. The crew's ready. Is the skipper ready?
Mate, I'm always ready. Have a look at this guy. You know that famous Nokia video in Auckland Harbour?
Yes.
That's the bowman, Charlie Diekman. Flown in to say hello. Have a look at him.
The bowman? You've got to be kidding. Has he put on some condition? Or?
He may have put on a little bit of condition, but just swallow it. It's from the cold weather, Jeffrey.
I'll play that piece of footage too, by the way, to show us exactly what we're talking about. As only we know.
So he flew in.
Life jacket on?
He flew in and surprised me here, which was a very nice surprise.
Mate, it's lovely. You're going to put him on the back and throw him in the water, or what?
No, we're going to put his partner Victoria on the back.
Excuse me?
And we're going to throw her in for hello.
Oh, hello, yes, she's all ready to go.
Yeah, ready to go.
She's got the life jacket all organised.
Charlie would have gone straight to the bottom.
Oh, I see. He would.
Although we're throwing Piercy off because he's 50 today. It's his birthday today, he's 50.
Oh, here we go. Oh. So what do you think about that, spending some time in the water at harbour at Newport?
Yeah, I'll give it a go.
Good fun. Oh, mate, there's a man of many words.
Yeah, so the good thing is both Piercy and Charlie and I all sailed an 18 together.
Good home, mate. This is old home day.
A few decades ago, Jeffrey.
It's old home week, is it?
Yeah, who would have thought we're standing on the dock in Newport?
Indeed, yeah. Oh, how it turns, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Now, let's be serious.
Yep.
The Atlantic.
Yep.
Your first Transat?
No, but first race across
first,
in.
Yeah. So you know all about it, mate? You know which way to go?
No, not really. That's what I've got a navigator for. But it looks pretty windy, and it looks quite sort of BMG, which is one of our strengths. So double points. You know, we're looking for a good result this one. Get back on track. You know.
Sure, mate. Wish you all the best. You know, it's well within time for you to do it. You can do it.
Nice crab, prawn, and beer we had yesterday. It was
Certainly
very
was,
enjoyable.
mate. It was beautiful.
Very
Thanks,
good.
mate.
No worries.
We'll go to Flows again. At the dock at Newport, Chris Nicholson, the famous Australian sailor. Chris is with a, well, I had to say that. Infamous. Infamous. Axel Nobel, and he's had a fairly up and down type of race, haven't we?
Yeah, we have. In general, we've had good levels of improvement. The last week was a bit of a tough one for us, but it is that time of race where teams can either improve or fall down. I'm expecting us to have a much better one in this next league across the Atlantic. So, you know, 8 days, pretty fast sailing, so quite looking forward to a really big push.
As you said, 8 days is a very fast transat, isn't it?
Yeah, but we'll be somewhere between 8 to 9.5 days.
Yeah.
So,
do you think it'll be light at the end?
Yeah. Oh, it could be at the very end, and then before that, maybe 200 miles of upwind in 20-25 knots. So, and that's after a lot of reaching. So, this is really going to be a bit of everything this week. So, it's got to be good all round.
You're going to go to the ice skates?
I don't know if we'll get up there. We've got the south or north runs going on at the moment. The last thing I heard was the north run up to the ice gate, but it's been all over the place.
Yeah.
I'm tending to think it'll probably be the south run in the Gulf Stream.
So what you'll go out of here, go down south across the stream and get back north?
Yeah, you know, do the race in almost thirds.
Yeah.
You know, first third, get to the Gulf Stream, second third, use it, get across the mid-Atlantic, last third, get back north. I think that's the simple breakdown of it. There's a bit more going on than that. But,
well, of course, it's more complicated.
But we also can't, the weather's so unstable, we can't look that far ahead at the moment. We're really just breaking it down to smaller increments.
So what do you do after this is over? Are you heading back home, or?
Yeah, we'll head back home. We've got a bit of work to do in Europe beforehand, but yeah, the plan is to head back home. Looking to see if it's possible for, you know, to maybe do this race again in the next one.
Sure.
You know, but that's all. That side of it's always ongoing.
Yeah, that's sort of up in the air at the moment, isn't it?
Yeah, pretty much. But you know, like it's a big event. You look at everything going on here today. It's
this place is sensational, isn't it?
Yeah, and the races. You know, like everyone that we ever invite to the race and is involved with the race, they're always left with such a good, lasting impression. You know, I don't see that stopping.
No, neither do I. Do you think the boats will change much in the future?
That's the big question at the moment that's hanging out there. They may change, but currently this is the best one-designed fleet in the world, with the best boats, the most accurate boats, in perfect condition. I can't see how you walk away from that, you know. So I'd say it might be a combination, probably the next race, but we'll see in the next. Yeah, we should know in the next month or so.
We get you back to Sydney for the Hobart race. There's a couple of big ones in there.
Yeah, I'd say so. I'd say so, but you know, but I don't think I want to, because every time I do it, it's windy upwind, and every time I'm not there, someone breaks a record. So I'm not sure if I want to. No, I'll be there.
Did you say what you're sailing on, or?
No, I don't know yet. I'm honestly, I'm only looking at the next 8 days here, and I'll worry about that in July. But
have a great race.
Yeah, cheers, mate.
Thanks, mate.
Perfect.
It's the final ocean leg to cross. It's double points for leg 9, transatlantic across the pond. It is all go to the UK and Cardiff, Wales. A clear start. Scallywag in the middle, Vestas 11th Hour Racing at the committee boat end. Excellent start from Matt Frey, but look at this, Dongfeng underneath everyone, taking their sterns. They like the right-hand side. What a scene, what a perfect start from all 7 boats. How exciting.
Plenty of action. My goodness, do these people not know they have thousands of miles to go?
Brunel on the right, Sun Hun Kai Scallywag in the middle, not so good. Matt Frey doing great work, looking like they're crossing over the whole fleet. That left-hand side was very good. Here we go, Matt Frey leading around the first windward mark. Oh, very tight between Axo Nobel and Festus. Axo Nobel just squeezed in, turned the tide on plastic coming in on port, so they have to avoid everybody else. And look how slow Vestas 11th Hour Racing are going. They're getting rolled over by Team Brunel. This could be interesting. Dee Kafari got to use all her skills right here. Oh, is she going to get ahead of Vestas 11th Hour Racing? Close, close. Dee Kafari's going to go for it. She's going to attack there. Oh, my word. Is that legal? Is that okay? What are the umpires going to say? And that's the red flag from the umpire boats. We're watching a match race battle right now at the beginning of this 3,500 mile leg. Matt Frey are being ground down by Dongfeng race team. Dongfeng jibed away and Matt Frey have jibed to stick with them. These two like glue, only a few boat lengths in between them.
These red boats can't get away from each other. These two red boats, if they play with each other too much longer, that yellow thing is going to be right by both of them.
Yeah, starboard on Matt Frey. Brunel have to avoid a big head up on the bow. Pete Burling got it all under control though. Brilliant sailing from Team Brunel, who take the lead ahead of Matt Frey and Dongfeng race team in 2nd and 3rd around the Gurney's Resort mark.
My guess is we're going to see some pretty good pace once these guys get offshore and they can crack sheets.
Oh my word, look at that spectator fleet, unreal.
Newport deserved to throw a showing like this to get these amazing sailors and amazing boats out of here, an event that we all love so much. Amazing stopover for the Volvo Ocean Race.